Yo, it's Josh, Woody, and Reed, and you're watching LRPtv.
You're watching LRPtv.
So basically, I was working at Hacks, and I was shaking it for dollar bills, like we do.
Right.
Now, so basically, the way it worked out was Woody and your cousins, Joey.
Yeah.
Who was it? Joey, Brian.
And myself and like 3 of my cousins. We started out. I met up with a friend of mine named Monty Clemens from Whirlwind Studios, and he came to my house and we're shooting some pool, and I was playing music. I was playing Devin the Dude. I don't know if you're familiar with him or not, but he's like laid back, you know, definitely smoking music, but he was digging the music. So he was like, man, I got this radio station, you gotta do something. So we went over and we did it, and we started there, and it was playing a lot of hip hop, but we had that comedy feature in it
right.
too, and all of us got together, and it was a crazy house. We had games, we had all kinds of stuff, like we videotaped. You can still find it on Whirlwind Studios if you want, but that's where we got started, and then from there we moved on, and Josh was really interested.
Yeah.
Like he's just like a funny man himself, so we lost that place because however that happened, nothing to do with us. Lost that, and then we went to this smaller venue where we were broadcasting from. Then that's when garage.
Yeah, no, we kind of got a rough start where Woody and his family and friends were doing this show called The Woodrow Show. And at the same time, unknowingly, my cousin and I were kind of thinking about doing podcasts, you know, something where we're all kind of inspired by Howard Stern and these other, you know, Preston and Steve and, you know, the Breakfast Club you guys mentioned earlier on our thing, but it's, my cousin and I were thinking about doing that, and unknowingly next door to where I was living.
Literally next door.
Literally right next door.
In a garage next door to his house.
And his
we
family.
were broadcasting twice a week live.
Yeah. So we got hooked up, and I did the Woodrow Show thing for a while, where I was just kind of a personality on the show. And
I was the host at the time.
He was the host.
And everything from pulling out people's teeth with string.
That happened, yeah.
But we've been at this for a while. We've had a lot of fun. So
Right.
that's kind of how it came about. We started with different crews, and then
They needed sex appeal, so they called this guy,
yeah,
right?
we
Yeah,
were like,
that's
I got with my cousins. I was like, listen, none of us are going to bring any women here.
Right, yeah.
I got this guy that the women fucking love.
We need a guy that looks homeless and like the Geico caveman.
Yes.
Let's get him in here. And let's make it happen.
And then he came on board, and we were calling people in Virginia,
Yeah.
prank calling people, and it just evolved. Like we were at it twice a week, no heat, no air conditioning.
You think this is cold right now? We're in our new staging area right now, which is a lovely place, the Wilmington School of Rock. We were in a goddamn garage at this time of year, and there's no insulation.
We were doing broadcast shows with like jackets on and hoodies on.
It was freezing.
It was freezing.
It was
So
bad.
we feel we're still young at this. We feel we
Yeah.
paid our dues. We're going on 3 years now.
Right.
But like he came over, and like clearly no one else is here.
Right.
But
I ran them off.
you were-
Nobody likes me. They
He
can't
had,
work with me. I'm like fucking Madonna or Axl Rose.
Josh had not more drive, but like he was there faithfully. And you couldn't get guys to come all the time, so that's kind of how we got started. You know,
Yeah,
just
that was-
in a nutshell. I mean, so I started doing it, and then 6 months later, we got Josh involved. He was like literally like the head writer on the show. We're gonna call him that. Yeah, I mean, he always had the ideas and things like that. So that's where we're at.
And then, real quick, to work Ree in, the Woodrow Show kind of fizzled out.
Yeah.
And I had this idea that I was going to do. There's a legendary Philadelphia broadcaster, Pierre Robert, who does rock stations and does MMR in Philadelphia, who does music history, does his own show, he intros songs. He's a classic DJ. My idea was the Crash and Burn show was going to be that. I was going to be this guy, and the name Crash and Burn Show came because I literally thought I was going to crash and burn on mic. I thought that I was going to fucking fail miserably. And I needed a lady that was going to do news. And
fail with you.
Yes, and Ray, who's actually my aunt, she came along. And thus it was born.
Yes, yeah.
She was the main, just like at the Howard-esque.
Voice of reason.
Yeah,
Yes,
we can say whatever we
kinda.
want, as long as
It's okay.
as long as she's okay. So all we need now is a black person, and we're fine. We can do whatever we want.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, girls aren't scared to come on the show.
Right,
Come
yeah,
there,
yeah.
kind of thing. Especially when it was in the house. Yeah, come to this house in
Right,
the middle
yeah.
of nowhere.
We've interviewed we prostitutes from Atlanta, Georgia.
That's a thing.
We had her, we made her cry on air.
We made her cry. Talk
And
about
then,
the feeling.
and then
cry.
no kidding, 15 minutes later, she gave one of my cousins a lap dance.
True story.
It's a true story, like right out there. So we have this huge archive. We've been at it for a while, but a lot of fun.
So, the roles we play are, I'm the host. In my mind, I'm the guy that should greet you when you first tune in. I should keep you informed if you tune in late. You know, I'm the last voice you should hear. I'm the host of the show, you know. Without sounding cocky.
I'll stop.
No, yeah. Without blowing my own head up too much. In my mind, I'm supposed to be the guy, the face, you know, like. And if you know Preston and Steve, if Preston's not there for the show doesn't go on. You know, if Steve's not there, the show doesn't go on. And in my mind, that's my role. I'm the guy, I'm the host. And Woody, you're...
I've been saying it for years that I think that, like, the Crash and Burn should be like, if we're going to put a face on it, it should be you by yourself.
Because I'm attractive as shit.
Oh, that's
you
not
know
the reason.
that, camera, look at
No,
that.
I think that, yeah, he's, this is a good question because because I started the Woodrow show and we're all here because of like what I was doing,
Right.
you know, and then it, like that kind of dissipated and now we're at the Crash and Burn show. And it's really important, and always has been, that the Crash and Burn show is Josh the Flippus and, you know, and the group, and he is the face of the show, and then like I find myself as more like a producer of the show and try to make contact as much as possible, and you know, sound engineering and to make it sound okay and make sure that we have a good signal for broadcasting, and you know. And,
Anytime you listen to the show and you hear anything funny, you hear anything like sound-wise,
The bites.
music, the bites, the humor, all comes from him. Woody's that guy that keeps you entertained. I'm the guy that keeps you focused on what's going
Right.
on. Woody's the guy that keeps you entertained, and he's the guy that makes you laugh.
and then all the behind the scenes stuff. Not that I do that, but like to like, you know, that's my role. I feel like I've been at it for a while, so you guys kind of like take my advice as much as I can, but they shoot me down as much as I offer advice too, which is fine. That's what we're here for.
I live for shooting him down.
And then Reed.
So much fun.
I kind of do the events and the there's movie review and whatever little interesting topics I can find and put on. So
The voice of reason.
The voice of reason.
and the
man.
cackle. I'm here for the cackle.
She cackles her
It's
ass
my
off.
laugh. It's my laugh. So they hate that.
But together, I mean, it's a one of a kind group, man. It's awesome. I told them both, you know, we're not going to do it without. And if he can't make it, then we're just not doing a show because the host needs to open the show. And if he can't, then we won't. So.
There you go. Well, the goal.
Universe.
Yeah, the goal is to reach everybody. I mean, the goal right now, one of the issues we have is we're not as easily accessible as we want to be. You know, it's tough to have you guys on and say, you know, when you leave here, you say, well, how do I listen back to that? And I'm going to give you this big fucking runaround of how you have to find it. The goal is to just make it to where you click a link and you hear the Crash and Burn show. You know, and we're not there yet. We've made leaps and bounds.
It sounds easy to do, and it's probably fairly, you know, but we work on a very, you know, tight budget, you know, and it's not as easy for us. You know, we don't generate any money from doing this. This is all our own time and our own money. We pay rent at a place now to have a better facility for our guests and things like that.
We've all gone through job losses.
Yeah,
this
we've
year.
all been laid off,
It's rough, man.
but we haven't stopped one bit. So the goal is to make it as easy as possible for people to listen to and people to hear it like a click away, you know, on some level, you know, right? I mean,
That's it, man.
But like it's all 100% out of pocket now, and but it's so worth it.
And I think
It's so worth it.
I think too, our main concern right now is just being able to reach out to people and have them, just like with LRPtv, you know, have you on, one person scratched the other person's back. You know, it's community based, that
Right.
kind of thing. Don't you think?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, there's a lot of artists out there who need this outlet, and we feel like on some level it's like our duty is that we love doing it. It's our opportunity to get it out there, and to get it out on a different way.
Right.
You know, as a radio station, an uncensored, completely uncensored radio station, which is no other in the state of Delaware anyway.
What we do is unlike anything else, and I mean that on like you know, the Delaware radio stations that you get on your radio when you get in the car. They're not doing what we do, and I feel confident in saying that what we do is better than what they do, and I would take that anywhere and tell people that we are more entertaining, we book better guests, we get better interviews out of people. Nobody's ever left here or Woody's place at the garage and said, man, this was a terrible time.
Right.
Everybody enjoys themselves, everybody has a great time, and that as a goal, you know, for like when it's all said and done, that's kind of the goal.
Yeah.
I want people to know that when they came to the Crash and Burn show, we were the ones that helped them get their art out there to people and all that, you know, fancy shit. But
Yeah,
that's
we're
the
a
goal
good
right
platform.
there.
We're a
We're
good
the platform.
platform.
Exactly, yeah. So.
The premier platform for the state of Delaware.
Right.
Boom, tri-state area.
There you go.
For the Crash and Burn show, you can find us on Spreaker.com, Instagram at Crash and Burn 302, Facebook, Crash and Burn Show.
You can email us for any kind of inquiries you want to be on the show, anything you can do at crashandburnshow@gmail.com. Don't be shy. You can also contact us at 302-893-8308. Leave a message. We're glad to get back to you. And you can always hit us all on Facebook. I'm Woody Kibler.
Josh DeFlippis.
Maria Passiona.
Thanks to LRPtv for having us.
You're watching LRP TV.